Hey there, Crossout fans. Zombotec here. Before I get started, I just want to say that this is solely my opinion, and if you agree and or enjoy this video, please give it a like. Now, on to Crossout. Today I'm going to talk about several issues in Crossout, from constant nerfs to useless content, packs, cross crowns, and finally, something sneaky the Crossout team has been doing to us all along. So my Crossout experience started with the PS4 release date back in June of 2017. I thought at this time that this was one of the best free games out there, and that's pretty much still true to this day. However, there are some issues I have with the game that seem like easy fixes to me. First off, every time there is a patch, it seems like it's full of glitches. This frustrates me because usually within the first hour of the patch being released, I can find many of these glitches on my own. So I'm left wondering, do they even test any of this content before releasing it? Also, lately, there have been all these new events that seem really poorly timed. Like recently, when they had to cut Ashen Rings short just because Witch Hunt was starting, and Return of the Founders was still going on. But then, in the new year, we'll probably have a month or two with no new events whatsoever. And then, now we have all the useless content, from different garages to all these objects in our test area, and constant interface changes, not always for the better, and full of horrible grammar most times. So why do we need so many garages? Why do we need so much stuff in our test area? And this just seems like a big, giant waste of space and resources for me. I mean, it's just more stuff for the game to have to remember and load in the background, slowing down other aspects of the game. I would rather see the resources put towards load times. Also, all these useless interface changes that you can hardly notice or even care about, except when they contain bad grammar, or are extremely frustrating, like the group leader indicator that seems to get smaller and less colorful all the time. Now, I would just like to say to the developers, please stop nerfing certain items while other items seem to get buffed over and over again. We always get these surveys on what levels or events that we like or dislike, but almost none of them are for weapons. It's like the developers only care about content they are working on, and not what the players actually seem to need. I think a lot of this is because they're obviously focused on new content, vehicle packs, and the newer season passes. It's easy money revenue for them, but they don't have the attracting power for new players. And a lot of the older players see them for what they actually are, just another money grab. I would much rather see microtransactions like $1 for paint or $5 for a weapon. I think this would appeal a lot more to the casual player. And I think they would have a lot more success this way. Now, as for the cross crowns, this is the beginning of the end for Crossout, in my opinion. Just another resource, but yet one that you have to spend real life money on. They can hardly call this a free game anymore. And this ties into my last and main point, and the reason I made this video. A few days ago, a friend had sold me a paint in the game that I'd really been sought after. And then in doing so, I was going to return the favor by selling him a couple stickers for really cheap. I got him to place the top bid on the sticker, and then I waited a few seconds and sold one. But it didn't sell to him. It sold for the same price, but not to him. So I went ahead and I checked the history. Player was named Arbiter, and they had a starter portrait. They seemed to steal the sale last second, and for the same price as well. So I explained to my friend that some lucky player stole the sticker last second, and now we were deciding we may as well just try again. So we tried again. And then, all of a sudden, bam! He stole another sticker. but it was a different sticker at a different price. But it was still the same price that my friend had bid as well. Now, I can chalk once up to chance, but twice seems really fishy. So I decided to look at his profile. And his profile was blocked. But I know if you look at their medals, you can get a pretty good determination of where somebody is in the game by how many medals they have. And according to this, it appeared that he hadn't even played a single battle. This looked really, really odd. He was essentially level 1, had no reputation, and as far as I could tell, fought no battles, but had managed to buy and sell countless items on the market. And had managed to get all the main market medals as well, within months of the game release date. Although it's not impossible, it is highly unlikely. At this point, I thought, maybe I'll look at his PlayStation profile, see who this guy really is. When I access his profile, nothing happened. Tried again, nothing happened. So I clicked on somebody else's name, and their profile popped up right away. For the purposes of this video, PlayStation is going to not allow you to see this person's profile, but I assure you I'm looking at Bryce right now. Now, this is very odd. How is it even possible? They don't have a PlayStation ID, but they have an in-game player ID? The only thing I can think of is it's a bot. But it's not a gold farming bot, because it's not attached to anybody who could profit off of it. It has to be some sort of in-game bot. So, did the developers make a bot just to manipulate and control the market? And if that's the case, I don't think it's really illegal, but it's extremely sneaky. And some of our players are now, in turn, getting played ourselves by the market. Now all this really sucks, but it's not even the end of the story for me. This morning, Arbiter struck again. I went to place a bid on a paint that I was looking into, and while I was changing the bid price, it auto-purchased the paint. And lo and behold, it was Arbiter again. So this time I decided to look at his profile one more time. Only this time I went to the guide, and I wanted to see if he even had the paint that he had sold me. And according to his guide, he had not acquired any items. So how could he buy and sell all these items without ever having any of them in his inventory? It just doesn't make sense to me. So anyways, the last point I'd like to make about this is if anybody's ran into a person like Arbiter with no PlayStation profile, or they have any other issues like this with another player profile, please leave a comment and leave a like, and I will perhaps do a follow-up video afterwards. In summary, I guess I just want them to bring back the DIY containers, 8-on-8 battles, get rid of the cross crowns, and to all you out there, be careful about the market. It may actually be playing you.